What's going on, everybody? Ramblin'Rover here. Figured this might be a good spot and a good time to finally do one of those 10 things I hate about my bike videos. Now, this bike is my first bike. It's a CRF250L 2014. It's been so fun so far. I don't have a lot that I really hate about it, but in making with the video, I will come up with some things. So, number one, the suspension. You know, it's not horrible how they have it set up, but there is zero adjustability. Zero on the front, and it has a little preload on the back, which only gives it about an inch of adjustability. So basically, you're riding stock suspension unless you're gonna upgrade it. Number two, the stock tires, I believe, are a pretty solid 50-50 compound, which makes them great for the pavement. They don't have huge knobbies, so you don't get a lot of vibrations or anything like that. However, because they're that denser rubber, so they don't disintegrate on the pavement, it makes them quite slippery. Not the best for some serious trail, serious sloppy mud riding, but I think they're probably the best ones to start out with, because then you sort of get a feel for what you want to do after these first tires. Number three, I guess we could say the fender and the signals came out to about here. Somewhere like crazy like that. That's probably the third thing I hated about the bike when I got it, but I changed that, so no longer an issue. The fourth thing I hated about the bike, which I've also changed, is the seat. I've got a nice Corbin comfy couch seat, I like to call it. It's more comfortable than my recliner at home, and it was to replace the stock Honda seat, which is a pretty hard dirt bike seat for a dual sport bike. It'd be good for, you know, it's basically they're just their dirt bike seat. So I think that's number four, the seat. While we're around on this side, number five, the exhaust. It sounds really high-pitched and whiny. I don't really like that, but once you run it for a little bit, it gets a little deeper tone, which is nice. Shit, we have five more. I'm having trouble thinking of the first five. Damn. So, I guess let's get nitpicky for the last five. The gearing. It's geared with a 14-tooth front sprocket, I believe. That makes it a little bit mellow. It's not gonna ever pop up off the front wheel unless you really try. As you saw in my practice wheelie video, I could use some help. So, if I upgraded it to a 13T-tooth front sprocket, that could help me a lot. So I guess that's number six, number five, or number six, whichever the hell one we're on now. Seven. What else do we hate about this bike? It's hard. The mirrors are sort of, you know, big old mirrors that look kind of dorky, but I spent 30 bucks on some dual sport mirrors that screw into the same places here, and they just sort of sucked. They were vibrating all over the place, never stayed in position, so I put the stock ones back on and have been dealing with them, but I'm still not a huge fan. I might like something bar end or down there, I don't know, but I guess if I'm gonna get nitpicky, the mirrors are pretty shitty also. Oh, here's another one. The toolkit. Decent amount of space in here for stuff, but all they give you from the American Honda bikes is 2 Allen wrenches. That's what they call the toolkit. It's 2 Allen wrenches. Now in Thailand, comes with like a full-on toolkit, like a toolkit you could actually do work on the bike on the trail with. So that's one silly thing that they skimped on us for, and I'll call that number 7 that I hate. Maybe we're on number 8. Who even knows? Let's stick with 7. The 8th thing I hate about this bike. All right, we're reaching now. We are gonna have to reach for these last couple. I love this bike. There's nothing really to hate about it. So it's hard to think of this shit. Reason to hate this beautiful bike. All right, let's get real nitpicky for this one. The plastics. There's nothing wrong with the plastics that come on it, but in the United States, that is basically your only option, is the red and white plastics. Now, overseas, I think they have the option of all white with a silver seat. I also think they might have black plastics available, but I'm fairly sure over here we have none of that. If you want to get new plastics, you have to order them from Asia, overseas. Of course, yes, you know Asia is overseas. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that, but in case you didn't know, Asia is overseas from the United States. Anyways, it's about 250 bucks, I hear, to order some plastics. So instead of doing that, maybe do some plastic dip into some of these white parts. See what happens. Okay, Still getting nitpicky, you guys. So, number 9, the stock shifter, the stock brake pedal, and the stock handlebars here are basically made out of glass. They are very fragile, and I hear that they will bend and break very easily. Knock on wood. Because they have not yet bent on me, and I have dropped the bike a couple times, so hoping they last, but I'm expecting to have to replace those in the future. Alright, I think we're on 10. I think we made it all the way to 10. Is it too much to just say I hate it because it's a 250? I love it because it's a 250, but I also hate it because it's a 250. It's perfect for me learning, but now I've been riding for a couple years, and I think I'm almost ready to move up to something bigger. Not quite sure what that is going to be yet. I do love the dual sporting, but yeah, I guess one of the things that I hate is it's just slightly limited on the power range. I would have much preferred if they had a CRF250L or a CRF250L. That would probably be my sweet spot for a dual sport. Still pretty light, but you get that extra 50 or 100 cc's of power. So I guess that would be the 10th thing I hate, but that is reaching a little bit again. So yeah, guys, that's basically just a few things that I could... Oh shit. So yeah, guys, that's basically just a few things I could think of about the bike that I hate. There's really no hate involved with this motorcycle, but in keeping with the video, I wanted to think of 10 things that I changed or would have liked to change or seen differently on the bike. It is my first bike, so I feel like it's hard to hate a lot of things about your first bike because you just feel such a connection with it. You learned how to ride on it, and for that reason, I don't know if I'll ever get rid of it. It's part of me now, and I love it. But those are the 10 things that you could say I hate about them. Hope y'all enjoyed this little video. We're gonna get back on and do some riding. Go find some more woods and trails to mess around on. I appreciate y'all watching. Let me know if you have the same bike and you disagree with anything that I hate, or if you've been looking at this bike and want to know a little bit more about why I hate such things. Shoot me a comment and let me know. And we will see you on the next one. Take it easy, y'all. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.